IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Total Fantasy Football episode. I have my buddies Kumar and Tanuj on the phone.
Yeah, this is Baru and I'm on Team Pookie.
And Kumar?
I am the founder of Team Pookie.
Yes. Is Pookie in your team, Kumar? Not like.
Obviously.
Is Pookie in Team Pookie?
No, Pookie is very gentle and very soft, so probably he doesn't want to hype himself up.
Pranam
He's
Guruji.
not Team Pookie.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
नाम नहीं ठीक है यार.
Yes, Timo is okay. Whatever. All right, let's start. Game week 3 has been horrible. Harry Kane is like not a really good person at all. I don't like him.
Pathetic.
We know that, man.
Yeah, we knew that.
Why would you keep him in his team? Why would you keep him in your team at the start of the season?
All right, so Kumar, let's start off with this. You could not change your team because you had no internet access for a week. Otherwise, when you would have probably kept him in the
Because of the
team.
government, which has taken away our basic rights.
I know we're not talking about food, water and free speech. We're talking about the internet.
Because we don't know. We haven't heard anything about food, water or free speech. So we just know about
Because there's no internet.
How does the information get out?
What information?
Kumar tried to change his fantasy team. But apparently the website...
I managed to make a couple of transfers.
What? By post?
But I could not.
By post.
I could not, no, before I'd gone.
Okay.
On Monday, I knew a couple of things that I had to make. I had to get Pulisic out, and for some reason I had Jose Perez in my team. I don't know why. Like, I know why. It was because of my clan leader, but
Yeah, but
What is this clan leader thing you're talking about?
No, let's not get sucked into all of that, guys. So game week 3, I scored 41
so
points.
I made my transfer. I forgot. I forgot to set the starting 11, so I still had Obad captain. And I wanted to keep Sterling as captain. Would have given me like 7-8 more points, I think.
Okay.
It's fine, I think.
Yeah, but Oba's captain still gave you more points than Kane as captain.
But why would you keep Kane is my question.
Okay, look, there was enough reasons to keep Kane. Kane started scoring and Tottenham played Newcastle. It's not like they were playing anyone else. So Kane as a captain was probably a logical thing to do, and not just us, a lot of people did it, right? So it just did not work out. The question I have for that is, now with whole Christian Eriksen thing in the doubt and Lascelles also not playing, so you think Kane as a captain is too early a thing without Tottenham settling down on who can create those goals?
Yeah, I think that, and the thing is that, if you go with Kane as a captain, you miss out an opportunity with Sterling, Aguero, Salah, who are probably then giving you higher points than Kane is much more. So then you also take that risk, right? Also, I think not just Kane as a captain, getting Kane in the team itself, I think it's a risky strategy right now because it's a huge amount. It's not like he's a 7.5 million striker, right?
It's 11 million Kane.
See, you already have, Salah is already firing, Aguero is already firing, De Bruyne is getting back into form, Sterling is getting back into form. So can we not use that money somewhere else?
Yeah.
Especially when you have a lot of your, 6.5, 7 million strikers who are starting to score goals.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but I've started to hate my FPL team, and it's game week 3, so I think my hatred for my team is already like a week too late. And one of the reasons for that, Baru, is the 3 teams to keep clean sheet in game week 3 was Aston Villa, Southampton and Newcastle. Like, who would have predicted this? Like, can teams not keep clean sheet anymore? Like, what are we supposed to do with our defenders then?
Yeah, it's so pathetic, especially when your defenders cost you like 6-7 million.
Yeah.
I mean, like a good strategy. I think this season, especially, what has happened is that Liverpool is not keeping clean sheets anymore. Half of it is down to Adrian, but also, the defense is not clicked yet. I think we spoke about it last week as well. And you have 2 of the defenders who are at 7 million and one that is 6.5 million, I think. I don't think it is worth it right now. There is one strategy, I saw a couple of people go with it. They've gone with like 4.5 million defenders throughout.
Okay.
It's not a strategy which will work in the long run, obviously. But you get Kelly, you get Lundstram, and you get a couple more defenders. especially, we've been talking about this all season that, with the additional, VAR hasn't really led to an increase in the goals. But I think that is going to happen soon, and the number of penalties is also going to increase.
Yeah, but the bad defending has led to a substantial increase in goals and hence lesser number of clean sheets.
Yeah.
So but looking at the way strikers and defenders are working out right now, it's the cheaper ones who are actually fighting. So and the midfielders, obviously the ones who are already well established, like Sterling and Salah.
Yeah.
So do you think it'll be an interesting strategy to actually stick to your forwards like Haller and Pukki, and keep your 4.4, 4.7 defenders at the back, and just go mid heavy or something? Yeah. So you load up on De Bruyne and Sterling and Salah. Yeah, there'll be some side, man.
Yeah, but you know what happens, Baru? When you or I do that,
they stop firing.
Yeah.
I think Pukki is going to forget how to dribble a ball or something.
I remember your line. People play well till I get them in my team. So the only way we can help the general public is by getting those players in our team, like Obama.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Like Diego
I had Obama for 2 weeks. He gave me 4 or 5 points, and I got Kane, and he gave me 2.
As a captain, so he gave you 4. I have Diego Jota in my team, who's
I removed him.
Dude,
I removed him. I removed Fraser. I removed King.
And you are still able to find players who are misfiring.
Because once I let them go, right, that is when they flourish.
Alright, so Baru, how close are you to use a wild card?
Not really. I mean, because on paper my team still looks like it's just, because it's going to start firing any second now.
Okay. So,
before I start firing them. Yeah.
So that's a question to both of you then. So, what makes you think, how do you evaluate your team right now? It's too early to say anything good or bad. So, how do you know if you're playing well or not?
See, looking at the way the season is going, it is actually the right time to figure out which players are actually are going to, pull off a good season. Look at the way Sterling and Salah are playing. So I think this is the perfect time to at least, come onto the bandwagon for those players who are, Jinka value is also going up pretty quick, and who are firing already.
Yeah, but
so
most of them...
It's a good time to get at least the short starters and the short points.
Yeah, but look, I mean, most of them would have probably thought of either one of Sterling or Salah or both of them, right? But how...
So that's the thing, right? When you start a team, out of these 11, 12 million players, you can't obviously keep all. There are some people who get them, but you pick between Sterling and Salah, you would pick between Aguero and Kane. You do those sort of things. So I think Sterling and Salah both are pretty much established. They've had a good start and they're going to have a good season. Same thing with, when you see that in Liverpool, Firmino, his contribution in the game is brilliant.
But he's not scoring goals.
He's the one who always has a world-class day. Mane can have off days, Salah has off days, but Firmino never has off days. But in terms of FPL, his contribution is not there. So again, if you made one of those decisions where you went for Firmino instead of spending more money on Mane or Salah, so then probably it's time for you to reevaluate, because Liverpool are going to score goals. But those goals are going to come 50% from Salah and then the rest 20% from Mane. Then you need to reevaluate your team and adjust accordingly, right?
Alright, so in players out of the top 6 teams, the traditional top 6, whatever, who have impressed you the most? And don't say Pukki. We all know now Pukki is the highest owned forward in FPL. So Kumar, I think 18% of that is because of you.
I think Ashley Barnes for something got a good start, and the thing is that Burnley has an easy run of fixtures ahead. They face Liverpool next, and there's one start where Burnley has never failed to score against Liverpool under Klopp.
It looks like every club is scoring at least one goal with Liverpool under Klopp this season. So,
and then Burnley has 3-4, I wouldn't say easy, but they're not playing top 6 or anything. And Ashley Barnes has got a good start, so I think it can be a good cheap 6.5 million bet to take on.
Yeah, but who are the other players who have impressed you? The first 3 game weeks at least. No, forget about the future. Who has impressed you in the first 3 game weeks?
You're talking about not the big stars, right?
No, not the usual stars.
I think Pepe can have a good return potential. Mason Mount obviously, but now with his injury, you don't know. But Mason Mount has had his contribution to the game is a lot and like everything Chelsea is going through attacking goes through Mount.
And
so he has good FPL potential, I think.
Yeah. So the top 5 transfers or top transfers to be transferred into their team this week, Baru, is Pookie and Cantwell from Norwich. Mount from Chelsea.
Cantwell has actually, I think, quite a few people have removed him also this week. So the net for Cantwell is actually on the lower side. It's actually negative.
Why? You know the beauty of it.
No, because
last week
I was looking at the price drops, and Cantwell, it seems, was like due for a price drop.
So last
week, for no reason.
Look at this. Last week the most transferred in one was Harry Kane. This week the most transferred out is Harry Kane.
he gained a point and he lost a point this week now.
Oh man!
So just so confused. That's what I'm saying. Even from a team value point of view, most of my players have already started losing value even after they're scoring goals. So it's like really confusing. You can see like the divine forces at play over here. I mean, Baru's curse and actual performance, but my curse is winning.
All right. 2 questions before we take a break. Kumar, first one is for you. Do you think the number of clean sheets are going to come down this year, and hence the defender strategy of what people thought earlier, that even though if Van Dijk, all of them are like 7 million or 6.5, we should load them up, that is something to be relooked at?
Yeah, I think definitely the clean sheets come down. Also, what has happened in the first 3 game weeks, I think it's too early to predict as a pattern, but even the attacking contribution from the defenders have gone down. So Arnold or Robertson both don't have a single assist right now, right? They were a big part of Liverpool's attacking contribution last season. So I think it's too early to say. So you might need to stick with one of them because they might start firing soon. But loading up on 2 or 3 defenders from the same team, like a lot of people did last season with Liverpool when they went with the 3 Liverpool defense.
Okay.
I think that is not going to be a wise strategy this season.
All right. And the second question before we take the break, Baru, for you. If you see the top players by game week, Sterling started game week 1 with 20, Pookie with 17, Salah with 15. So does that give you a trend for what's going to happen in game week 4?
Sorry, can you come again?
I said Sterling started with 20 points game week 1, Pookie was 17 game week 2, Salah was 15. So does that give you enough of a trend to say game week 4 who the top scorer is going to be like 12 points or something?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's how you want to see the start.
Dude, I'm trying to, involve both you and me into this game by trying to, figure out such things because Kumar Kanav is really prepared.
Yeah, let's just head to the break and then we'll figure this out.
Yeah. Before the break, by the way, if anyone wants to know, Chicharito is supposed to be back in training, so that's someone to look forward to, I guess. All right. I think we should take a break, and after the break you guys need to give your 3 picks for this game week and also 1 differential pick and who is the captain choice going to be. So be ready, guys. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello everybody, welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And also just a reminder, if you like what you're listening to, take a screenshot of what you're listening to and tag us on social media and we will repost your post. Also, please do tell a friend if you're enjoying a podcast which you think a friend would enjoy. Do tell them. I think that is something that really helps us. I think that we do see, increases in listenerships when you guys do that. So please do tell friends that you are enjoying what podcast you're listening to. Last week, we launched a new show called Agla Station Adulthood with best friends Ritasha Rathod and Ayushi Amin. They talk about their journey into adulthood. On the first episode, they discuss crushes and female friendships. And on this week's episode, they try to crack the code on how to adult. You can also catch Ritasha and Ayushi on This Week Cyrus Says, where they talk to Cyrus about the podcast, what constitutes acting like a grown-up, and Ritasha gives Cyrus detailed instructions to reach Mud Island. On The Scene and the Unseen, Amit Verma is in conversation with economist Mohit Satyanand about what constitutes the economic crisis. On What a Play, Akash and Siddhartha joined by fellow comedian Harmanpreet Singh. They talk about fast bowler Jofra Archer, the India-West Indies series, Ravi Shastri getting reappointed as coach, and a whole lot more. On the Edge and Sledges Cricket Podcast, Ashwin, DJ and Varun discuss the Gale Storm, Shreyas Iyer's beautiful knock, Virat Kohli striking a century, Steve Smith's injury, and a lot more. On The Origin of Things, Chuck narrates a short story about an old brand. It might just be the shortest podcast in IVM history. Check it out. On Marbles Lost and Found, Zen and Avanti are joined by podcast producer Janam Diwan for part 2 of dealing with grief and loss. On Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Anirudh and Janice discuss Netflix originals Glow and Orange is the New Black, which are back with new seasons. On Keeping It Queer, Naveen and Farah talk about the differences and similarities between gay dating and straight dating. Their guest is Manshir Singh, a writer and web series creator. On our Kannada podcast, Thale Arate, Dr. Chandan Gowda joins Surya and Pawan for a conversation on the cultural politics of development in Mysore. This week on the Filter Coffee podcast, Karthik Nagarajan talks to the founder of Kriya, Praveen Shekhar, about professional speaking. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Hello and welcome back to Football Twaddle. Okay, let's start. Game week 4. Some of the interesting games in game week 4 are Southampton-Manchester United. Will Manchester United get a penalty and miss it? We don't know. Chelsea versus Sheffield United. There could be a lot of goals in that. West Ham-Norwich. That is going to be a killer one. I think a lot of picks probably will come from that. And Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. So, Kumar, these are the interesting fixtures. There's Leicester, Bournemouth, and there's obviously who is Arsenal playing? Arsenal's playing Spurs, right? Yeah. So who are your top 3 picks for game week 4?
I think my obviously Pookie is there, but my top pick for this game week is going to be Sebastian Haller
for West Ham Norwich, right?
Yeah. Because Norwich not conceded a lot of goals. They're not that defensively strong, and Haller got 2 goals last year. He's West Ham spent 40 million on him.
Yeah, and
starting to keep.
And he had a really good season last season as well. So he is a talent. He's not like a flash in the pan, as they would call it.
Exactly. And also, it's the right time to get him in your team, because I think West Ham has an easier run of fixtures the next 7 games.
All right. Who is your pick number 2?
Pookie.
Abey, yaar, no, we are done with Pookie. Non-Pookie.
I think one of the Everton midfielders has to start firing soon, right?
Sigurdsson.
I think Sigurdsson has the most chance because he's also on set piece duty. Everton play Wolves next and take over the other fixtures.
Yeah,
I agree with the Sigurdsson choice because looking at how
they get Wolves and then they have Bournemouth and Sheffield, so
and they need to start scoring some points as well. Like that loss, I guess.
They invested a lot of money. They were one of the picks to challenge for the top 6 this season along with Leicester.
Yeah. How would
one of the midfielders is gonna step up?
How about one of the Leicester players, Vardy or Maddison?
Vardy already scored last week. Maddison got an assist.
Yeah, so you think this week they're playing Bournemouth? So you think this week that one of those two can do good?
I have Maddison in my team.
Oh, thank God! A season too late, but yeah, whatever rocks your boat, man.
What are the fixtures this? Who's City playing?
Does it really matter? Is the question.
The City is playing Brighton, so again Sterling.
Yes.
I'm just going to go with Sterling because Aguero. I don't know if he's going to start or not with after his
you busted with. Okay, so your 3 picks, non-Pookie 3 picks are Sterling, Haller, and what did you say?
I think Bernard from Everton.
And one of the Everton midfielders, so Bernard. Okay, Baru.
Probably Tammy from Chelsea.
Oh yeah, I that was going to be one of my picks. Okay, Baru, what are your 3 picks?
So I'm going with Sigurdsson.
Because at some point he has to come well, do good, right?
Yeah, I mean, the son of the soil and all that.
Son of the soil. All right. That's the level of analysis, by the way, guys. We talk about soil. Yeah. All right. Who's the second pick?
So Sebastian Haller is actually looking like he's coming into form, the one that we were expecting.
Yeah.
Weren't you expecting him to score against City or something?
I was. And unfortunately, no one gave him the ball to score against City. So he started doing.
And he faces Everton this.
Norwich. He faces Norwich. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. And your third pick?
Third is going to be my captain pick. It's Mo Salah. And they face Burnley.
Yeah.
Wait.
They face Burnley.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll be sticking to Salah as the captain.
Would you guys recommend or think about any of the Arsenal or Spurs players, or we just leave that game alone because we don't know what's going to happen?
I think there's been quite some interest for Ceballos. And people are, moving to get him into the team. Yeah. And plus, I think even from an Arsenal fan point of view, it's going to be interesting how Ceballos actually plays the Spurs match. looking at how he has this, how do you put it?
but is
penchant for shithousery.
But is Dani Ceballos a good FPL pick?
He does. PPS wise, he does manage to get into quite a few tackles and counters and all. So you can expect 1 or 2 bonus points from him if Arsenal do win that game.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from a assist for, he did make a few assists in the first 2 games, right? So
no.
Did he get like an assist?
I don't know. He was I didn't watch that game, but he was man of the match, and everyone on Twitter was raving about him. So I'm assuming he did much more than tackling.
Yeah, I mean everyone except from Arsenal fans were raving about him on Twitter because we just wanted to, what Real Madrid they were like tracking our Twitter.
Yes.
So and we know that they listen to our podcast. So yeah, I mean Ceballos is not a good pick at all.
Yeah, I would pick either one of Mason Mount or Tammy Abraham. Chelsea is playing Sheffield, and I think there are points to be.
Wasn't the question related to Arsenal versus Tottenham? Is that why you're going to take Mason Mount? Is that your way of putting it, that you're not going to take a single player from either club?
Dude, I have already moved on to my top 3 picks for this game week.
Man, you need to learn better segues, man.
There's no segue, dude. This is fantasy football. Players' names and reasons, like Son of the Soil, these are the things which stick in people's minds. Yeah. So either Mason Mount or Tammy Abraham, Chelsea versus Sheffield, and Man City Brighton, and Kevin De Bruyne. He is cheaper than Sterling. He'll probably give enough assists. He looks like, and I think Jamie Vardy will do good over the next 1-2 game weeks. Has the England squad been announced or not yet? Guys, it's a question to both of you. Anyone can answer.
I don't think so.
All right.
There's a cat mewing in the background, so I put it on hold.
All right. Okay. So who are the differential picks? Kumar, mine is Tammy Abraham or Mason Mount. One of the Chelsea players I think is a differential pick. Their ownership is low, and at least for the first 20-25 minutes they try to score goals. So
yeah, Chelsea are playing attacking and they're doing well. So I think Emerson can also be, because he's been involved in the game. He's been going forward. He hit the post in the first game.
Yeah, but Chelsea have a problem of not being able to cross, and if someone crosses, no one can score a goal. So I don't know, Emerson.
Kovacic, he's had a good involvement in the game, right?
Dude, Chelsea's midfield just does not give FPL points. I don't know what they do, but they just don't give. But one of the things, and I know the 3 picks you said did not have any of the Watford players, but Watford is probably coming back to form, and they're playing Newcastle. Newcastle can't win 2 games in a row. So don't you think any of the Watford players is there's no way on earth Newcastle can win 2 games in a row.
Andre Gray can be a good differential.
Or Delafeu.
What is Sigurdsson's ownership?
I don't know.
Delafeu just took a price drop also this week.
That's because he hit the post in the previous game. So probably this time he'll score a goal. Okay, who's your differential pick, Kumar? Quick. Emerson Palmieri?
Yes.
That Chelsea guy? Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Baru, I have no words. I don't know what to say.
Is Son back in training?
What? Song? Are you talking about Alex Song now?
No. Heung-min Son.
I thought we just discussed avoid all Arsenal and Tottenham players for this game.
No, now that I'm thinking about it, he does manage to get a goal or an assist against Arsenal.
But isn't it too much?
So does Harry Kane.
Isn't it too much money at risk for Son? Even if he doesn't start, then you have 9 million gone.
Yeah, but people who take Aguero in the team.
No, but we're talking about a differential pick.
We are talking about differential. And
so Son ka kitna hai ownership hai?
Almost 0. Even Poch removed him from his team. What are you going on about?
Nah, I'll probably stick to
Son.
Sigurdsson.
Sigurdsson. Yeah, his ownership of Sigurdsson.
Am I the only one who has taken him?
No. I think I can see 6 more. Alright, captaincy choices, guys. So who are the captaincy choices? We have Sterling, who is playing against Brighton. We have Salah, who is playing against Burnley.
Salah.
Yeah, Salah is doing well this season. Do you have something against Salah? You don't pick Salah in your team. You don't even recommend him
for against Arsenal.
I like Sterling better as a player.
Wow, really? I'm talking about FPL. Why is your anti-Salah stance in FPL? He gives so many points.
Yeah, but it's just the differential that you have to play, right? Because if everyone, especially when you play a mini league or something, if everyone has Salah, then whatever Salah does, it's of no use.
Yeah, but at least you
have to go against the.
Yeah, but at least you'll maintain your ranking, no? You won't fall down because...
what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
No, I prefer taking... It's too much money on one player, man.
The differentials are supposed to be on the lower side, not on the higher side.
No, I'm talking about captaincy choices. And isn't Sterling and Salah the difference between them 0.5 or 0.6 million?
0.5.
Yeah, 0.5. So what are you saying? It's just too much money.
Sterling has better returns, man.
Okay, so your captaincy choice, irrespective of how much we try to convince you, is going to be Sterling for this game week.
Yeah, it's going to be Raheem Sterling.
All right. Baru?
Salah.
Wow. That's the beauty.
Why you said it like thrice?
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a podcast with three guys where one says Sterling captain, the other says Salah, and we are covered with all bases. Someone will say next week, मैंने बोला था.
Are you going to stick to Kane?
No, are you mad? I'm going to remove Kane. There's no way on earth I'm going to keep Kane. I need to like at least personally see what's going to happen with Christian Eriksen before getting Kane back. Dude, that is like they need to sort that guy's like contract situation. Otherwise, having Kane in the FPL team can lead to problems. But I don't know. I would. Yeah. I have a sneaky feeling our cojones man will probably do well this game week. Troy Deeney.
Yeah, I like how we started off with like being all stats oriented, and then we just didn't call Reban for this episode so that we can talk about our feelings.
Yeah, dude. This is game week 4, and then there's international break. So during international break, we'll talk about how do you actually get down to doing some sort of analysis or analytics. But so this episode is purely on feelings, and we have Kumar Kanav, who's like, I don't know, India rank what?
He's lost feeling in half of his body and you talk about feelings.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, we have Kumar Kanav who's played with all these feelings and everything, and he's in the top 500 of India. So I guess one game week playing with feelings is not bad.
Was before the government took over my internet.
Oh God! So was this a government conspiracy to ensure that you're not?
Today's a Wednesday. Don't stop talking bad about the government.
All India 1800. Yeah, come on. I was 300.
All right. Okay. Don't feel bad about it. Yeah, but if I have to see my captaincy picks other than random thinking about Troy Deeney, I think Tammy Abraham is probably a good shout for a captain. Yeah, it's time to. Like even I want my.
Differential.
Yeah, if Kumar can own Team Pookie, I want to own Team Tammy. All right.
Yeah, I think it's a good bet to have. He's gonna have a good season.
Yeah, he'll probably miss enough penalties, but there are Manchester United players to do that as well. So.
Yeah, but what do you do? Like now that you know that United only have like 3 or 4 first-team starters in terms of attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanchez is gone now, right?
Yes, but I don't think we ever considered Sanchez other than me. I don't think anyone else considered Sanchez in their team.
Yeah, so
you and your Savan.
The potential from Martial and Rashford is huge now.
Yeah, but then United is such a yo-yo team. You don't even know if they can score a penalty. Like, that's the state of that club. What do you want talking about FPL? I think Paul Pope...
Yeah, the thing about United is that you look at who's going to take the penalty and you don't put that guy in your team.
We don't even know that. Even Ole doesn't know that. Yeah, but I think Paul Pogba may not be a bad one for United. Like, he does really give enough FPL points. Alright, let's talk about the Football Twaddle Fantasy Cup. So we have, for the second week running, guys, we have Klopp Karni, Ankita Kulkarni. She's still leading our league. She got 56 points in game week 3.
I was leading last week, dude.
Who?
What?
You were not.
I was leading last week.
You were not.
I was.
We checked.
Yeah, we can say whatever you want. You can't even check.
Yeah, you couldn't even check. We checked and you were not. And number 5 is the guy who came on the podcast before the first game week to preview it, Jaspreet Sudan. So we have some real experts here. And
you also mentioned number 8.
Okay, fine. Number 8, the man who's gone down in rankings this week due to lack of internet, Garib FC. The man who couldn't pay his internet bills, Kumar Kanav. Yeah, but Ankita Kulkarni, not bad, dude. She's maintaining her team. Let's just look at her team. So her defense was Van Dijk, Lucas Dean, Lewis Dunk and Lundstrom. Together she got like 4 points from 4 defenders, and add Ryan to her keeper, she got 5. Damn, 5 points from defense, and she still managed to get 56 because she had Salah, Sterling, De Bruyne, Pukki and Callum Wilson, and that just gave her.
What a team!
Dude, it's a really good team. That's what I
was saying. You get 3 heavy duty midfielders, Salah, Sterling, De Bruyne. It's a very good strategy.
Yeah, it is.
The strikers are Pukki, Wilson and Wickham. I think she needs to do something about the strikers.
Pukki and Wilson, she got 16 points from...
available in that range.
Yeah, she already got 16 points from her 2 strikers. What more do you expect, dude? On a bad game week, supposedly. And this week is going to be the final week before we announce the monthly prize winners. You'll be dazzled with some amazing household items which we announce as prizes next week.
I like how the winners are going to get announced before the prizes.
Yeah, dude, God. I don't know. We may mix and match, But yeah, there's some exciting prizes which we will announce next week, and also tell what the prizes are. All right, Kana, say bye before you start coughing on the phone.
Bye.
All right, Baru, you also say bye. All right. So guys, you can still join our fantasy league, but if you want to make a team right now, you're not going to win this month's prizes for sure. And at @Footy Twaddle is our Twitter, Instagram and Facebook is Football Twaddle. You could find a fantasy league code in there, so if you want to join in. Yeah, so that's it for this week's fantasy episode, and see you guys next week. Have a happy game week. Bye bye.
This is the amazing story of something awesome. Once Chuck decided to start a podcast, and so he did. The end. Okay, that was a crappy story. But I've got some really cool stories over at my new show, The Origin of Things. On this podcast, I look at the stories of how brands came into being and sometimes evolved out of quite unexpected circumstances. And to make it really fun, I reveal the name of the brand and sometimes a category only at the very end. The show is 5 to 7 minutes per episode and perfect for trivia junkies and brand nerds, especially those with short attention spans. New episodes out every Wednesday on IVM Podcasts app or website, or any podcast app or site that you happen to prefer. End of story, they lived happily ever after.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Careers in the new podcast series presented by Accenture. I'm your host, Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay. In this podcast series, we'll get you the latest and greatest in the world of technology that's shaping the future of business as we know it. We're talking intelligent platforms, cloud, AI, blockchain, extended reality, and a whole lot more. Every fortnight on Wednesdays, we'll have for you a hot topic with expert speakers from Accenture talking about top trends in the space, how these are changing the world and creating growth across industries. And importantly, we'll tell you how you can learn more, build your skills and expertise to grow and stay relevant in your career. Episodes out on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcast from.